FAA has reopened airspace over Lake Michigan after briefly closing it today for, quote, defense purposes. It happened around 11 this morning. It's the second time in 24 hours that aviation officials have closed U.S. airspace. The military scrambled fighter jets in northern Montana last night to investigate a radar anomaly, but they didn't find anything. Defense officials have been on high alert since a suspected Chinese spy balloon passed over the United States. U.S. fighter jets did shoot down another unidentified object this afternoon, this time over Lake Huron. That makes 3 downed objects in North American airspace in as many days.
WGN Sean Lewis reports on what we know and how officials are responding.
More flying objects shot down within days.
Breaking overnight, a U.S. F-22 shoots down a third unidentified aerial object.
The state of our union is knowing the truth is out there.
The U.S. military has shot down suspicious high-altitude objects over North America,
leading to a second week in a row of Sunday morning talk being up in the air.
Until a few months ago, we didn't know of these balloons. Our intelligence and our military did not know. This went as far back as President Trump, at least 3 times.
It's wild that we didn't know, isn't it?
It is wild that we didn't know.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer Sunday morning saying the U.S. is in some ways playing catch-up on the breaches of the country's airspace.
The military and the intelligence are focused like a laser on first gathering and accumulating the information, then coming up with a comprehensive analysis of what went on before, what's going on now, and what could go on in the future.
On Friday, U.S. jets shot down an object over Alaska. And Saturday, another object first spotted over Alaska and then crossing into Canadian airspace above Yukon. Unlike the Chinese surveillance balloon that crossed over the U.S. more than a week ago at 60,000 feet and shot down over the Atlantic, the more recent objects, smaller than the previous one, were flying at a much more dangerous height.
First of all, the safety of Canadians is our #1 priority, and that's why I made the decision to shoot down the object that was a threat to civil aviation and a potential threat to Canadians. There's still much to know about it. That's why the analysis of this object is going to be very important.
Of the objects, the Pentagon said in a statement that it monitored the object over U.S. airspace with the assistance of the Alaska Air National Guard refueling aircraft, tracking it closely and taking time to characterize the nature of the object, but not saying what that nature of the objects are.
There is a lot of garbage up there.
The ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee saying for now, there is a vacuum of information.
I sort of see a pattern. As I looked at social media this morning, all of a sudden, massive speculation about alien invasions and, additional Chinese action or Russian action.
Speculation aside, whether a balloon or other object, it is international relations with other world powers now being put back into the fray.
I'm glad this administration's taking it more seriously with respect to the balloons, but we've got a whole lot bigger problem with China than the spy balloon.
It's an issue that will continue to get notice as Americans' eyes are now in many ways glued to the skies and how the U.S. will respond.
You can be sure that if any American interests or people are at risk, they'll take appropriate action.
Sean Lewis, WGN News.